Doctors say that high percentage of vaccinated people in today's case count underscores the need for a booster shot. Lisa. The other issue is the actual concern for COVID. Even if a store is open, many are seeing fewer customers, with governments encouraging people to stay home because Omicron is highly contagious. The horns are loud, they are constant. These people, of course, saying they want the mandates done, they want their freedom back. We are south of Queen's Park, the Ontario legislature, and that was the focus of protests today. Several thousand people gathering there on foot. Toronto's mayor and Ontario's Solicitor General are praising police for how they handled the demonstration, saying it remained relatively peaceful and safe. Omar.
Tonight with the very latest on the disruptions, Heather.
Lisa, traffic is flowing here now, but it comes at a cost. Transport trucks were stuck for hours. The drivers exhausted and frustrated. How far back does it go?
Miles. You look down 75 and that's all you see is just a row of trucks.
Windsor police have now cleared the scene and say they'll provide an update tomorrow. Lisa.
All right.
There are only 2 teams going head-to-head, but CFL fans have flown in from across the country.
It's all one big family, CFL family.
Some health experts who have coached Canadians through the pandemic say we are ready for these larger events. Parked and abandoned vehicles making the cleanup more challenging. This is just one example. Many of the buses that got stuck yesterday are still in place, just plowed in. When you think about it, you mentioned 2015. This is the ballroom where Trudeau and the Liberals celebrated that victory, that majority victory in 2015. This room was packed shoulder to shoulder. And you must be so thrilled.
I'm very content, yes.
So what did you think of this election then? How do you feel that veterans are stepping in the absence of a government plan? Thanks, Lisa. Yes, like father, like son, Elmer saying that it is still very early in this night. You still have 10-year-old Zach Ruth lives in Buffalo. He's received nearly 30 hours a week of different therapies since he was 2. His mother, Sarah, is Canadian and says she'll never return to the country she once called home. Advocates believe there are supportive programs and services in Canada, but the big difference is the U.S. has federal oversight, while Canada lacks a national autism strategy. The shots rang out just after 7 this morning in one of the apartments behind me. 4 people were killed, a number of others injured. The wind has really started to pick up. The conditions are really deteriorating, and this storm has actually forced what you could call a system-wide shutdown. A candid eulogy for the man who became just as famous as the star son he coached. Welcome to Newsday. I'm Heather Butts. 36 years later, a major breakthrough in one of Ontario's most infamous cold cases. Toronto police have identified the killer of Christine Jessup. Commercial fishers are protesting today outside the Department of Fisheries and Oceans in an escalating dispute over Indigenous rights in southwestern Nova Scotia. Welcome to CTV News Channel. I'm Heather Butts. The government of Australia has now deployed military ships and aircraft to help communities ravaged by wildfires. Nova Scotians have faced tragedy after tragedy. What can you tell us about being premier during this time? Loading the jet, it starts to settle in. I'm about to fly with the snowbirds. We want to make sure that he is out there playing the sport that he loves.
Absolutely.
Those of us who did have to work made the most of it. For a reporter who loves to ski, covering this story meant I had a pretty nice lunch break. Heather Butts, CTV News, Blue Mountain.